Hello everyone. Today is whatever day it is, and so I thought I'd show you the fishes, but we're gonna put in some homemade fish food. It's not complicated stuff, but it is something that they like. So what I'm gonna do is break it up a little bit. So, and we'll zoom in. I suggest, Mr. Shrimp, you move, because they're not going to let you have that. Alright, so as you can see from the craziness that's going on, once they realise it's there, whatever it is, yeah. All it is frozen garden peas, like whatever brand, but not too cheap, mind. And this has got freeze-dried bloodworm in. So what you do is you boil the garden peas to death, mash them up, and then stick in other things that your fish would like. So I had some, what did I just say? Sorry, the mind doesn't always work. Freeze-dried bloodworms in a huge tub, so I put some of them in, not too many obviously, because yeah, that's about it. You could put other stuff in, but just bear in mind it's got to be stuff that your fish will eat. Don't go put your Sunday's dinner in or something. Then again, fish can eat quite a bit, but yeah, I wouldn't suggest that. And they'll sit there and devour it because it's also frozen, and it's got, oh yeah, egg yolk. That's the main thing in there as well. Do about, depending on how much you make, get some hard boil some eggs. Eat the whites yourself or do something with them. Make meringues or something, and then get the egg yolk, put it in with the peas, and mash it all together. So it's got to have peas and egg yolk in, and then anything else that you think your fish would eat. Basically, if your fish eat it, you could put it in, and then you can make it into different shapes, put them in freezer bags, or put them in shapes from the freezer for your ice cubes, anything like that. And then just, yeah, that's it, freeze it, take it out whenever you need a bit. I might not have put enough in actually, because the curries are never going to get any of this. Oh well, I can always put more in. I haven't got a lot left, but I've got some. Oh, there they go. Yeah, that's it. And it breaks up into like a bit of dust particles, like, egg yolk particles. And so a lot of the smaller fish will get bits as well. You don't have to worry too much, because that's, egg yolk is actually quite a good food for your fish. Boil it and then break it up. It will make the water cloudy and murky, but it's a good enough food for them. It's good for fry, when you grow your babies, and just small fish in general. But lots of the breeders don't always use it. They prefer to grow worms and other things. Today I just don't remember my words. Sorry. What you get when you get a disease. When you have a disability, you some things just don't work. Anyway, so yeah, get some the worms, white worms, not white, bloodworms and Daphnia and stuff like that, which are better, but not everybody has access to that or has the patience to grow it or the ability. So a couple of hard-boiled egg yolks, or maybe, and then just put a bit in, and let your fish, and a lot of your smaller fish will get access to it and enjoy it. Now, just so you think, oh, have you fed the others that? Yes, I have. If you look over here, oh, hang on, let me physically move you over here. You can see that they're enjoying that. And it will get eaten by everything eventually. And obviously in the big tank, I don't think there's any left in here. They have managed to. It's a good way as well to see what fish and stuff you've got in your tank. Yeah, hello big ladies. How are my ladies? I need to get you a big male, don't I? Yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of green there. And they got more than the other tanks, but what do you expect? I've put some of the small fry from this tank, there we go, back into the bigger tank, but the you couldn't tell, but I have. Oh, look at that shrimp, that looks really nice. That's the thing with the mutt shrimps that I've got, you know, like the ones that don't make the grade for whatever reason, and the culls, that's what they are, the culls. They're just because they're not whatever grade they're supposed to be, doesn't mean they're not going to look good. They are. They're just not going to look good enough for whatever grade they're supposed to be. Well, that didn't last long, did it? I'll be back in a second. I'm back. I just thought I'd nip out and get some more. Let's see if we can put some more in here for the other. As I said, because it's only like vegetable matter and protein, it's not going to do any damage to your tank. Obviously, depending on how many fish you've got in, would depend on how much you give them. But yeah, that'll give the cories a chance to find some. And as you can see, it's made the water a little bit. Little particles in the water. That's the egg yolk. But I've got shrimps in here as well as the cories, so yeah. Oh, so it'll all get eaten in the end. I never have any leftover food. That's when you know you've got, like, you've put enough in. You should always wait as well, because not all fish want to eat at the same time. So when people go, oh, if it's not all gone within, God knows how, like a minute or something. What? No, nothing like that. Give them a while. And then you can feed them more than once a day, or you'll find a method that suits you and your fish. And what do you want you to do with your fish? If you're fattening them up for breeding or something, then obviously you'll want to feed them a couple of times. And it's, you know, if they start looking too fat and unhealthy, then just cut back on the food. But you've just got to make sure that you spread the food out as well. Yes. Make sure all your fish get food. If it's starting to look like some are really fat and some are really skinny, you're obviously not putting enough food in or spreading it around. But it's just common sense, really, isn't it? I suppose. They're still going at it in this tank with the black mollies. Oh, you might have noticed as well, things we're having a little 10-minute conversation here. There's some green plant here, just at the back here. That is guppy grass. You're going to go, but what is that? And I'm going to say, let me see if I can read this without my glasses on. It is Nargis Guadalupanus Panas? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. It's guppy grass. It's basically just like you can put it in the ground, into your soil, or you can let it float. And it's fast growing. So if you haven't got any floating plants to form hiding spots, then that will. Yeah, see the curries are still going at it. I sort of had their fill for now. And the smaller fish are coming out. I think splitting up the curries, the swords, and just having this red swords in here and the black mollies in the other tank, give each tank like a focal point, like that's very red in there, and it makes them stand out. In the other tank, it's very black, and that's quite nice. I need to sort out the backing in the other tank, but it's not a priority. You can't buy everything all the time. So yeah. And if you think it's a bit murky and cloudy in there, then your filters will handle it, or just don't put as much egg yolk in your homemade food. It's entirely up to you. But the green matter that you put in, like the mushed up green peas, is really good for your fish. Greens, fibre, stuff like that, just as it is for you. So yeah, and it stops them from eating your plants. Although I wish they would eat more of the algae off this. No, that's moss, isn't it? Not algae now. It's off one of those, what is it, moss ball things. It seems to get wherever I don't want it. But there is algae on some of the plants. They will pick at it if they need it. But yeah, those 5 swords look good together. When the other sword was in there, the coral sword, koi sword or whatever he's called, it was just disturbing. It was too boisterous. Even though he was really small compared to everything else, he was too boisterous. Whereas in the bigger tank, he's boisterous, but he's not really having any effect on anything. 'Cause the bigger fish in there were like, yeah, whatever. He's still always trying to spend his time with the female endlers and guppies, so he's a bit of a crossbreeder. Yeah, and the curry's having a bit of a munch. The shrimps will eat it as well. Have no fear of that. Shrimps will eat it. Just can't see any down there. Because the fish are too pushing. Oh, there's a shrimp eating it up in the curry grass. In the guppy grass. Can you see it? There. There, where my finger is. There's a shrimp there. Just doing his own thing. Or her. It's a her. It's a lady. Her own thing. And there's one over on the filter. Walking across. Just behind that snail. Yeah, shrimps in here. There are quite a few in here. I was worried that they'd die off because my water wasn't right. But there are still quite a few in there. But they're just very good at hiding and keeping away. But right, I think that's it for today. Just thought I'd let you see. It's a Sunday, so I thought I'd let them have some homemade. Oh, there's another shrimp doing its thing. There's 2 on that leaf. Yeah, and there's one underneath. So there are plenty of shrimp still in there. I just struggle keeping shrimp because the water around here is not good for them. It's not. I think it's not hard enough for that. That's why you always see loads of snail shells everywhere. They don't get very big. All right then. Anyway, that's why there's that stone there. I shall let you all go. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye.